Low impact exercises are so efficient because A, you're going to have a really reduced chance of getting injured. B, you are going to be able to effectively work through the range of motion to help grow your muscles, tone down your body, and help burn fat. And third, you're going to be able to do this longer because you're able to not be in pain. Most people stop working out because they either get too sore, they injure something, or they think it's too difficult, so they just don't begin the journey. But when you're doing it with low impact, you are maximizing your efficiency. You are getting to where you want to be without any risk of injury or pain or hurt, and you're able to really take control and help with your health. So let's get started on some upper body, some lower body, and some core exercises today. Going to show you guys the different options on how to do them so that way you feel better all the time. And hopefully this will help you get started with working out at home. Bicep curls is the first exercise we're going to go through. In a bicep curl, you want to have a full extension on each rep. When you see people do curls and they're just doing half curls like this, they're not really working their bicep, they're working their shoulder because you're not letting the extension of the bicep come all the way down. So the growth to tone up arms and build biceps always starts at the bottom, and up to here is where you start to get the activation for the curl through the muscle. So you always need full extension on bicep curls. Palms are up, and you're going to be bringing like pinky to shoulder, and then bringing it all the way back down. Pinky to shoulder, all the way back down. If that starts to hurt on the elbow, you can do hammer grip, hammer curls, which is coming up in the middle with your palms face each other, and then come all the way down to the side. The key, though, is to keep those shoulders back, and you curl up in front and coming down to eliminate pulling with the shoulder back and forth. So you already have it recessed, squeezing those shoulder blades. Even with the bicep curl in the front, puff that chest out, squeeze shoulder blades as you come up and down, coming through. Going to be tricep extension. So I pick a bench. You can do a chair. You can do anything. You can do it on the floor. Doesn't matter. You're going to have your elbow by your side, dumbbell at your shoulder, and you come out in a full extension is where you get the maximum squeeze on that tricep, and then all the way back in to get the maximum stretch on that tricep coming through. So you go full extension, bringing it back in. Full extension, bringing it back in. Coming on the other side would be the same thing. Elbow is into your side, so hug that in the whole time as you extend, and coming back. If you're doing it on the floor, just go down to your knees, elbow by your side, fully extend, coming back into that chest. Now with push-ups, you have different variety. Very easy variety is to be on a wall, be on your tiptoes, and then just bring your nose towards the wall, pushing it back. Nose towards the wall, pushing it back. If that is easy, you can then move to a chair, bench, couch, armrest, whatever. Going forward at an elevated will be the next variation. Have those feet apart, come down towards, and push back. You don't want to go all the way flat. You want to go about 3/4 of the way, and then pushing it back. 3/4 of the way, pushing it back. If you're going to go to the floor, you can obviously start on your knees, but you always lie down with your hands close to your chest. So they line up here, and then wherever distance sideways from there, but you want your hands back. Not up in front, but back here, like right across your nipple line coming through. If you're going to stay on your knees, then you come up to the top, and then come down halfway, up and down. If you're going to be on your toes, again, halfway, up and down, coming through. Like pretend there's a fist here, so you have about 4 to 5 inches off the ground. You're bringing your chest down to that fist, and then coming back up. With the elbows, you want them about a 45-degree angle. You don't want them up. You don't want them under the side. You want about 45 to keep that tension around your chest, through the arms, and your back, controlling all of the upper body muscles. We're going to be doing shoulder press. So with the dumbbells, I like to do a neutral grip. So when you sit down, chair, bench, whatever, have your palms face each other, coming up in an extension, back down. Again, the key is puffing that chest out, keeping those shoulders back, hands at your side, punching up in the air, back down. Punching up in the air, back down, coming through. If you want to go out, this is a little bit more difficult, working a lot more of those shoulder blades, and it can put awkward tension on your shoulders, but you can go up and down this way. But I like it to be neutral. Therefore, it saves the tension on the shoulder for that part. Last thing is going to be dips. You're going to puff that chest out, put your thumbs next or under your leg, come off just about an inch away from the chair or bench, puff that chest out, and then you come down to halfway, and then full extension at the top. Come down halfway, full extension at the top. Keep your legs down so you can push with those heels if you have to get your body to come up. As you get stronger, you can do less with your legs or have your legs out in front of you and dipping down that way coming through. But either way, you want the shoulders back, hands as close to your side as possible to reduce that tension on those shoulders, allowing you to go and work those arms to where you are comfortable, guys. All right, now we're going to be going over low impact lower body exercises to be getting that thighs, glutes, and everything else toned at the bottom. So first is going to be squats. I always tell everyone, squats is like sitting in a chair. The thing is with squats, you don't want your feet close by where you're pushing up on your toes. You want your feet out in front of you. Lean your chest forward, therefore all your pressure's on your heels. When you push with your heels, activate your thighs and glutes. When you push with your toes, it damages your knees. So we don't want to damage knees, we want to activate thighs and glutes. So a proper way from a chair, if you're doing a squat, is to lean forward and come up, and then lean forward and sit back down. So always lean forward and up, lean forward and sit back down coming through. That'll keep your weight on your heels, maximizing the strength in here, and takes the pressure off those knees to feel better. If you need to push with those hands to get started, that is fine. As you get stronger, you won't have to, but that is absolutely necessary. Next is going to be reverse lunges. So with reverse lunges, if you want to stay close to something you can use for balance, like a couch, a chair, whatever, bring your chest down to your thigh as you step backwards, whatever distance you are comfortable. So as you are here, you are stepping backwards and then coming back up. If you put your hands down for balance, you can push off to make it easier. If you do it without, you can do it without. But going backwards as opposed to a forward lunge puts a lot of pressure on the knee. Going backwards allows you to keep it on that thigh and coming up. So going backwards to strengthen up the thighs and the glutes. Again, avoiding any pressure on the knees to keep it as low impact as possible. Next is going to be curtsies. So with a curtsy, we're working those outside of the hips. You can also call them ice skaters, whatever you want to call them. You're going to go at your range of motion. So let's say we're using a yoga mat as guidance, and you step behind you. You can put your hand down for a curtsy, coming back up, curtsy, coming back up. As you are more advanced, you can extend that leg out further, making it more like an ice skater to be coming back and forth. But either way, coming down works that whole outer side of the hip into the glute, toning and tightening and making all that stronger for you on either side going through with the curtsies. Now, to also work those hips, you are going to be holding on and going sideways, boom, working on the outside of the hip. So you can use a wall or anything for balance to come through. You want to go sideways and you want to go behind you, lead with your heel. Don't point with your toe, lead with your heel. Working the backside of the glute up into that lower back and love handles, coming up and down this way. So first is sideways, coming out and in. Next is going backwards, coming out and in this way, coming through. Now, another great exercise for legs and lower body is step ups. Yes, you can use a chair, you can use your bench, but I like the stairs because it gives you certain elevations. You can see wherever you are comfortable, plus you can hold on to something for balance. But the key with step ups is have your full foot on here, not your toes. Again, toes, knee pressure, heel, thighs, and glutes. And then you come up to a step up, raising your knee, coming back down. If the first step is easy, you can go the second step, but you always want to bring that knee up because when you bring the knee up, you're activating the glute on the other side and coming back down. Activating that glute, coming back down, but step ups are great for working the inner thighs, outer thighs, everything coming through. And stairs are just easy because most people have stairs, and if you don't, then yes, you can go into stepping up on a stool, anything along those lines, but stairs make it super easy. Now we're going to be blasting out the core section. So with the core, again, low impact isn't always the sexiest exercise in the world, but they are going to be the most efficient exercises for toning, tightening up your core. Remember, the stronger your abs are, the less lower back pain you have because you have more control over your spine to allow you to reduce injuries and inflammation. So these exercises are great for all of that. First one is going to be your standard plank, elbows and toes. So remember, there's two options. You can be here with your elbows and your knees. Just lower those hips so you can squeeze your core tight. When you want to hold here, or you want to extend out with your toes and squeezing core this way coming through. But either way, you want to be working that core in a plank position. Keep your shoulders and your elbows down and holding this way. Don't try to have your arms out in front. You want them underneath you for support. You can go crisscross however you want to, but you either go on toes, which makes it tougher, or being on knees, which makes it easier. Leg lifts. So leg lifts always start up at the top. That way your lower back is flat. You keep your feet flexed. Therefore, you're targeting your abs from your belly button and below. And you always exhale as you come up over your hips. So starting point, lying down. I put my hands under my butt. If you want them behind your head, you put your hands wherever you are comfortable. Extend those feet and flex them. Do not point. Flex those feet. Inhale as you come down. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you come down. Exhale as you come up. Now, I always tell people that you're starting here so your lower back is flat. You lower to where you start to feel an arch in your spine, and then you bring it back up again from that point. Don't go down where your back starts to arch because all your pressure is going to go to that lower back. You want your feet up and flexed. Lower down, control where your back is flat. And coming back up again this way. Remember, exhaling at the top. That's total contraction on the lower abs for your leg lifts. Next, we're going to be doing crunches for the upper abs on your ball. So if you don't have a stability ball, you could do them on the floor, which I'll show you. But stability ball is great because it reduces the tension on your lower back. As you are here on the small of your back, just at the top of your pants line, you want to always start with your elbows and on your thighs and your shoulders rounded forward. Then you release back to where the middle of your back touches the ball, always keeping constant tension on your core. And then exhale as you come up and touch. Inhale as you come back. Exhale as you touch. Inhale as you come back. Don't come all the way back and open up because, again, just like those leg lifts, now you're just putting pressure on your spine and not actually allowing your abs to stay contracted. So the key to crunches, especially with a ball, is you're keeping constant tension on your core. So as you're here, you come up and touch, bring it back so your lower back touches, and back again. But that's your range of motion, never letting your back arch and spine come open. Now, if you're doing them on the floor, I always recommend you can either have your feet up on a couch or bench this way, just want that lower back flat. All you're going to do is exhale and bring it back down. You won't have that full range of motion like you do on there, but you'll be taking out the lower back from arching, and you just come up and exhale, lifting those shoulders off the ground, back down. If you have your hands behind your head, exhale, and coming back down this way. But those are three great ab exercises to be low impact, strengthen the core, and help you reduce injuries. There are so many benefits to working out at home. You have the convenience, you have the time availability, you don't have to travel anywhere. If your kids are home, you can still get it done and get right back to what you are doing. The only downside to working out at home is the accountability, because either you have to hire a coach or be part of a community or something along those lines to be able to be consistent with it. Because let's face it, being a parent, you're going to have distraction with the kids, distraction with work, laundry to get done, dinners to do, all that kind of stuff. When you're home, you feel like you're obligated to do all those and not actually give time for yourself. That's why, I rock out a journal, whether it's the Freedom Journal or another journal that you want to use. Journals are so great because you can plan out your day, plan out your goals each and every single day, so you know what you're on task for, what you're looking to do, what you're looking to accomplish that day, and then you can go out and do it with a proactive plan versus a reactive plan. So therefore, you're not stressed or worried or anything because you're following what you had guidelines for what your day was going to look like. Now, not every day is going to be perfect, but that's not the point. The point is to try to set yourself up for success and be as consistent as possible. Now, with being consistent, there's 7 days in a week. If you're really looking to transform your body and lose a whole bunch of weight and things like that, you want to be active at least 5 of those days. Not saying you have to work out each day, but go for walks, be out in a park, go play with kids, go do things that are activities versus sitting in front of a couch or TV or anything like that is what I would highly recommend. Exercise wise, I would definitely recommend 3 days, if not 4 days a week, if you are looking to be making a transformation, increasing your vitality, staying strong, staying limber, staying mobile, and all that kind of stuff. If you're looking just to maintain or just do the bare minimum, I would say 2 days a week of exercises, 5 days total of activity and things to do along that lines. I posted some links down below for you guys to check out if you like the journal I use, or if you want, I give ideas on Amazon for dumbbells or resistance bands or whatever you need inside your house to get started with your home gym. But I really hope that you guys want to work out at home. I want to guide you guys in working out at home because this is my home gym. I don't belong anywhere. I do all my workouts here, and I have enough toys to play with, though I'm not getting bored, so I can always challenge myself and push myself in different ways. So please like and subscribe to the video, and look forward to seeing you guys next time.